Red Podcast here with Delton Prescott for another prospect spotlight. 2027 point guard, 5'11 at Sunnyslope High School in Arizona. Also plays AU basketball at AZ Unity. Had a really good run this summer. Delton, how we feeling?
Feeling great. How are you?
I'm living the dream, man. Really enjoyed watching your team play both at EYBL as well as NCAA Academy. A lot of talent on the roster for sure. We'll get to that, but let's start with the warm up first. So, what's your favorite sports drink?
Sports drink. I'm gonna say strawberry banana body armor.
Super specific. I like it. PS5, Xbox, or PC?
PS5.
What's the best basketball shoe and best non-hooping shoe?
Best basketball shoe for sure. Kobe sixes. For sure, Kobe sixes. And out when I'm going out, I'm probably gonna wear some Asics or just some slides.
Okay, keeping it simple. Give me your favorite meal. So entree, appetizer, dessert, drink, all that.
Favorite meal. I'm gonna have to go with chicken Alfredo pasta. I'll probably give me a strawberry lemonade. And then for dessert, I'm gonna say a pizookie.
What is that?
It's like a cookie with ice cream on top.
Interesting. Okay.
Like in a pan. Yeah.
Okay. What's your favorite basketball environment to play in?
I love when there's a big crowd, huge crowd, loud, talking trash. That's my type of game, I would say.
Okay. So it doesn't really matter the environment then. Okay. Tell me about your first dunk.
First dunk, it was before school actually. We were having a little workout, and it was like lobs off the glass, and then somebody would finish it. I actually caught one, finished it before school. A lob from actually one of my teammates, Darius,
Nice.
Wabbington.
Oh, Darius threw you the lob.
Yeah.
Big man got the passing touch like that, huh? Nice. Okay. Well, we'll go right into it there. What is it like playing with Darius both in AAU as well as high school?
I feel like it's great. We complement each other very well. I would say him being so big and using the pick and roll can space the floor too. So I'm saying it's really good playing with him.
How has he kind of developed over the years? I'm assuming you played with him for a while. Talk about how he's grown into his game, because he wasn't always, with the soft shooting touch and he can handle a little bit. Talk about like his how far he's come as a player as well.
He's definitely grew into his body very well. He used to be a little clumsy. When you're that big at a young age, you get kind of clumsy and but he learned the fundamentals early, and he started developing that jumper about a year or two ago. Really starting to work on that, so he's doing great.
Okay. How did you get started in the game? Did your family play?
My aunt played. I went to a lot of games at ASU. Went to a lot of games there since a young age, around like 5, 6. Always watching her, just wanted me to make me play.
So I have two parts to this next question. So mentality wise and then playing style wise. Who do you model your game after?
I model my game after college wise. I would say Ellie Cadeau. I feel like we're both really explosive and can find people. You can also score the ball. NBA, I would say Kyrie trying to get shifty and finishing at the rim.
Okay. Next part, we're going to talk about some of your strengths and weaknesses, but I want you to do it. So give me a self scout of some of the things you're really good at, and then some of the things that you really have to work on.
Strengths is definitely getting downhill, finding my team, getting to the cup. I'm really trying to work on rebounding and also getting that shot really consistent because that's going to be big in the college level, getting that shot consistent.
Okay, gotcha. Where do you feel like you can shoot it consistently from right now?
Off the dribble three. Oh, actually, I'm gonna say catch and shoot threes is my most consistent three. I got to work on the off the dribble more. That's what I think.
Okay. I think you hit it on the head for the most part. I think you're a really special passer. I think the ability to pass with either hand off the live dribble and like the variety of passes that you have kind of speaks to your development and some of the people around you. It's not often I see a 15U player that can, hit the wraparound pass with left and right hand with the same velocity, to the big kind of in the paint to the opposite corner. The variety of passes that you can hit off the bounce and from the standstill. I think that kind of is what sets you apart right now. Really shifty too, as far as the burst, kind of like you said, getting downhill. I think defensively you're pretty good too. I think understanding how to be more vocal is going to be the next big step for you on both ends of the floor. because defensively, a team that talks is really hard to screen. And as the point guard, you're either going to be in that mix yourself or calling that out for teammates. So I think that's really important down the line for you to develop. How do you prepare for each game the day of? Like, what's your routine?
Routine. I always wake up. Early morning games. I never eat breakfast. I don't know how, but I think I feel lighter on my feet when I don't eat breakfast.
Mhm.
In pregame, I always listen to some music. Always.
Okay. Any stretching or anything like that that you need to do, or it's just kind of roll
Yeah,
it
a
out?
little stretching routine. Always do it around 20 minutes before the game. Never earlier. Never less.
Okay. What's some differences in the game at the high school level compared to middle school now that you're a year in?
High school, I feel like the pace is much faster, but it's also when you're in a half court set, you got a lot more sets to run. Middle school, it was more just freestyle, pick and rolls, all that. But when you get to the high school level, it's more plays, sets, and all that.
Is there a big difference in role for you between AAU and high school?
I would say there was last year, but this year I feel like it's going to be a different story. Last year for high school, I was more of a find my teammates, create, just find them and try to get them going. This year, I feel like I'm going to be more in the scoring.
Role.
This year for high school, like AAU, I did a little bit of both. So
Okay. Talk about what went into choosing Sunnyslope and some of the things that kind of factored into your decision.
choosing Sunnyslope, obviously Darius going there was a big part. Having somebody I know there. I also knew a lot of kids that were already on the team, and I also knew the coach, so I already knew it was going to be a good environment for me to get better and work harder.
Okay. So choosing the AAU setup, you also played for Compton Magic the year before that, played with AZ Unity, lost a heartbreaker in the EYBL championship. Still did really well throughout the season. I think you only had, was it 2 losses?
Yeah, 2 losses.
Okay. Talk about choosing that AAU situation. I'm sure you had other options too.
Going to Arizona Unity. I played Arizona Unity in eighth grade, that eighth grade summer. Um, I just missed the guys, honestly. Like, everybody came back, so I was looking forward to that, and I just missed playing with my guys. Definitely had a lot of other options, but I feel like Arizona U was the best fit for me.
Okay. So Tony Miller does your player development kind of training, personal training. Talk about some of the things that kind of set him apart as a trainer and what he kind of is on you the most about.
Tony Miller, I've been training with him since I was about 11. All that passing I'm doing right now is definitely because of him. He's really developed me in all sorts of ways, mostly defensively and passing. Um, he's also played at Marquette, who is a leader in assists over there throughout history. So I'm just trying to keep working with him. He's definitely developed me though in many ways.
Okay. Talk about your first high school season, some ups, some downs, finished in the Elite Eight in the Open Division in Arizona. Kind of talk about what you learned that first year of high school basketball.
Ups, we beat Perry first game, came in strong, beat Perry, beat Koa. The worst game probably we played Boulder Creek, heartbreaker, lost on their homecoming for a buzzer beater. Yeah, and then Elite Eight faced Millennium with Cam Holmes, lost to them. That was definitely the worst, but I feel like the ups and downs really made me develop and get the mentality of just keep going, keep getting better. Because it was freshman year, just felt bad for the seniors, but just got to keep going for this year.
Talk about a time that you faced adversity and some tools that you used to navigate through that. Didn't have to be just last year, just kind of in general.
Faced adversity. Um, we played Vegas Elite in eighth grade for the Made Hoops in the Made Hoops tournament. We were down a lot. Rough game. I was not playing good at all in the first half. Just stayed mentally strong. Talked to my coaches. Second half, had about 22 second half, and just came back and won that game to get to the championship. That's probably the biggest adversity moment.
Okay. Tell me about your gym schedule. What parts of your game do you feel like you've been working on the most, and what do you feel like you've added since the end of the high school season?
Gym. I would say when I go to the gym, I'm really working on that jumper right now and being more aggressive to get to the cup. I'm really trying to dial in that jumper, and I feel like it's really getting more consistent. And for this high school season, I feel like it's going to show up.
Okay. What do you do that makes you stand out from the competition, and how do you think you'll contribute to winning, at the rest during the rest of your high school career as well as at the next level?
I feel like I control the pace of the game very well, defensively and offensively, stopping my man and finding my teammates and finding ways to get to the cup and get a bucket.
Okay. Tell me a part of your game that flies under the radar or is undervalued.
Undervalued is being a leader. I don't know if many people know how much of a leader I am for my teams. I really talk to them when they're going through it. I try to get them out of that. And when they're high, I'm getting them the ball. So just trying to keep them up.
Okay. That's what being a point guard is all about, man.
Yeah.
What parts of the floor do you feel like physical spots on the floor do you feel the most comfortable and then the least comfortable? So, corner, wing, slot, elbow, short corner, right in front of the rim. Where do you feel the most comfortable and the least comfortable?
Most comfortable. I feel like playing out of the wing or the top is where I'm the most comfortable at. Corner is a little uncomfortable because not a lot of space to operate. I feel like I operate better when I have some space to move.
Rank these three in order of importance to you. So game-winning assists, game-winning bucket, game-winning defensive stop.
I'm gonna say game winning bucket first. I'm gonna say game winning stop, like a block or a steal.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say game winning stop and the game winning assist.
What are some things that you value, not only on the court, but also off the court? What are some traits or some things that are really important to you as a person?
Definitely my grades, of course. Always got to keep those up, and keeping family close and friends close is definitely what I value a lot. And staying on top of everything that I'm doing and keeping my friends happy and make sure none of them are going down.
Oh, that's good, man. Tell me about your interests and hobbies off the court.
Interests and hobbies. Recently I just learned how to juggle. I just learned how to juggle recently, so I've been doing that a lot. Other hobbies, I really don't play video games, but I do watch anime. I be watching a lot of anime. So yeah.
Okay. If the juggling part threw me off, that's dope, man. The hand-eye coordination, I'm sure that's something you kind of already were good at when you were picking it up. If basketball didn't work out for you, God forbid your career ended tomorrow, what would your plan be?
My plan, I will try to get into the business field, business management field, or something that has to do with math because that's probably what I'm the best at school. Get something to do with math in college and get a degree in that.
Interesting. Okay. If someone gifted you $500,000 right now, how would you spend it?
$500,000. I'll definitely get some shoes, some clothes. Um, I would definitely get a gift for my grandpa. All the stuff he gets me, I gotta get him some. And I would save a little bit of it. I don't even know. That's a lot of money. I'll probably buy me a car because I'm about to start driving soon.
Okay.
Probably a car. So yeah.
Yeah, you have a particular car in mind?
Starter car. I low-key want like a Jeep Wrangler for the start of my car, first car. But yeah.
Okay. All right. We're a long ways off from like colleges, so we're not going to talk about, what specific schools you want to go to and stuff like that. But is there any criteria that you think will be important in your decision-making process as far as big school, small school, local, West Coast, East Coast, playing style as far as like up tempo, more defensive oriented, what type of coach like you want to play for, like one that lets you rock, one that's really difficult, like, tough on you. What are some things that you think you'll be looking for when that time comes?
I definitely want to go to a college that plays fast and produces great point guards. I want the coach to be hard on me, but he lets me do what I can do and not just putting in a complete set into like moving the ball out or moving the ball, but not continuously moving it.
Oh,
Um,
allowing you to make reads, you mean?
yeah. And then, yeah, definitely play faster. That's the main thing. And definitely focus on defense a lot.
All right. Give me some of your goals for this upcoming season.
For high school,
Both high school and then AAU after that.
I want to get that open division championship for sure. I think we definitely have a great chance at it this year. I also want to make first team all region and all state. And then for AAU, of course, I want to come get that Peach Jam title next year. Um, come back with the same crew and get that Peach Jam championship next year for sure. That's the goal.
We talked about a little bit off air, before we started here, but I feel like you're one of the better point guards in the country in your class. where do you feel like you fall kind of in that order, and who are some other guys that are kind of with you at the top, at least right now?
I'm always gonna say I'm number one in my heart. No matter what everybody else says, I'm gonna believe in myself. I also respect Tyron Jameson a lot. It's my guy. I respect Caden Daughtry. He's solid too. And Tyler's son, he's solid too. So I respect those guys.
Nice. Got you. What has been some like big moments that stood out to you? Like, what have you learned from those matchups with them, whether you won or lost?
Those matchups, I've just learned to just play at your own pace. That's the main thing. Just play at my own pace. Get to what I do. Don't focus about winning the matchup. Just win the game. That's my
Hmm.
focus.
No, that's a good way to think, man. What has been your happiest moment on a basketball court so far?
Happiest moment on the basketball court. I would say eighth grade mid hoops championship. Definitely the happiest moment. Three-peating for the club and winning for my team. Definitely the happiest I've been on the court.
Nice. Okay. Two more questions, then we'll get out of here. I really appreciate the time. What are some things that separate Arizona basketball, kind of local central to you, from other hotbeds in the country?
Arizona basketball. I feel like recently it's been a very skilled state. I feel like we're slept on. We got a lot of dogs out here, and I feel like Arizona basketball. It's really everybody's really controlled and strong. They're all play controlled, and it's really related to college. I believe how the pace is, the sets, and all that. I feel like it's really relates to that.
Last question, man. What is your why? Why do you work so hard at the game? Why do you sacrifice so much time? What makes it so important to you? What is your why?
My why is my mom. My mom has three kids. She lives in Indiana. I'm just trying to do it for her. She's single mother, taking care of three kids out there. So I'm really trying to do it for her.
Awesome. Really appreciate the time, man. Looking forward to watching you the next couple years. Just let the people know what your ad is on Instagram and Twitter so they can follow along as well.
My ad on Instagram and Twitter both are Delton3Prescott.
Gotcha. Appreciate the time, man. Catch up with you soon. All right.
I appreciate it.